Lila T. Gold is a 32-year-old woman from New Hampshire. She met the love of her life in the way of the modern age.
On the internet.
She spoke endlessly of her new boyfriend, Rufio Phoenix, a 32-year-old man from Waterville, Maine. On September 1st, the pair planned to meet at Phoenix's Waterville home.
Lila packed up her vehicle, hit the road, and has not been heard from since.
I'm Samantha Sarin.
And I'm Laura Craft-Bay-Oneda.
We're two women.
Lifelong friends.
Just housewives, really.
And total true crime cunts.
We've watched every episode of the first 48 in Cold Case Files.
We have consumed a masturbatory amount of murder porn.
My doctor tells me that I have a dangerous fixation on being hunted by a serial killer. This is the Missing 411 True Crime Podcast.
This is the Missing 411 True Crime Podcast.
Tonight, Waterville police are asking for the public's help.
This is not like her to disappear, and so there was concern by Waterville Police Chief Joe Massey.
Why not the same media attention when people of color go missing? Well, the answer actually has a name: Missing White Woman Syndrome.
Evidence technicians from the Maine State Police Crime Lab that are here, they are searching for clues.
With some calling it another example of missing white woman syndrome, here with her thoughts is a black woman who's been missing for 10 years.
Her friends obviously very concerned.
Lila Gold has been missing for over 1 month.
And yet there has been almost no national coverage of her case.
Why do some people simply slip through the cracks? Is it the result of the backlash to the missing white woman syndrome? Is that valid? In this podcast, we'll look through the evidence, including recordings from her friends, family, and even her boyfriend, Rufio Phoenix, who has not yet commented on her disappearance.
I want to thank our friends at Missing 411, the True Crime Podcast, for being the first in the nation to finally give coverage to this story. Lila is not just a friend of mine, a friend of the show. Many of the people in the audience know her. They're friends with her. They've met her. Some people have met up with her. We have a very tight-knit community here at Pod Awful, and over a month ago, we stopped hearing from Lila. Now, as a guy who creates a show, I'm used to people coming and going. It's just what's going to happen. But Lila's different. Lila's somebody I've known very well for a long time, a close personal friend. And many of us started wondering, where did Lila go? Well, it wasn't long after that we started hearing from Lila's real-life friends, her family, and we noticed one person in particular was not talking too much. After about a couple weeks, we knew that Lila had gone to her boyfriend, Rufio Phoenix, who, by the way, in full disclosure, is a good friend of mine. I think of him as a bro of mine. And I'm going to try to be as above all of these petty details as I possibly can be. I'm going to try to look at this in the most objective way possible. Truly, truly objectively, even though my heart is connected to this story very closely. 2 weeks in, we knew Lila was supposed to be going to visit Rufio. She is from New Hampshire. Rufio lives in Waterville, Maine. We know around September 1st, she packed up her car and drove out there. What we don't know is what happened after that. I tried to ask Rufio about this, and he seemed to have washed his hands of his entire relationship with Lila. I couldn't believe it. As far as I knew, they were soulmates. I can remember having conversations with him late into the night sometimes about how perfect they were for each other, about how there was a different kind of chemistry going on there, something that you don't see every day. There's a special bond between these two, and I thought they might have one of the greatest romances of all time. Well, a month into her being missing, a month into hearing from her family, and their cries and their worry, I couldn't let this keep happening. So I started contacting news agencies, and I started contacting friends, and I started contacting anybody in the media I could get my hands on. And of course, I started contacting the authorities. And I said, please, for the love of God, somebody needs to look into this. And I kept getting brushed off. Oh, she just ran away. Oh, maybe they eloped. Oh, who knows what happens? And I said, I think I would have heard from either Lila or Rufio on this if either one of them, if she were okay, I think I would have heard something. I get brushed off at every turn. And I have to assume it's the direct result of this new thing called missing white woman syndrome. Apparently, people get so tired of white women going missing that now you can't talk about it. Now the news won't cover it. Finally, a month and a half, and it's sickening, a month and a half into Lila being gone, we finally got some traction on this story. We finally have people printing articles about it. We finally have the ear of the investigators, of the police. We finally have the ear of the media. And thanks to Missing 411, the podcast, the true crime heroes, Sarah, beautiful girl, Laura, an amazing person. These two really got the ball rolling. So for that, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We're going to go over I'm going to try to get the signal boost out there, every piece of information I know about this case. Because here's the thing. Here's what Missing 411 did not have. If you are a member of our Discord, you probably already know this, but typically we're recording all of the interactions in Discord, and I have months of Lila and Rufio's relationship to pour back over to try to figure out what happened and what possibly went wrong. Lila also confided in me, and I hate to even say this. Lila confided in me before she left. The last time, right before she spoke to her family for the last time, she said to me, you know, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of uprooting my life here. I'm not sure what to do. Jesse, I know you've gone through something like this yourself. Your wife kind of uprooted her life for you. Listen, just in case, this is what Lila told me, just in case something goes wrong, I'm going to send you this. And then she sent me screenshots of the entire conversation she had been having with her boyfriend, Rufio. Now, at the time, I thought, you're just being ridiculous. It is silly. I know Rufio. I love Rufio. He's my bro. Nothing's going to happen. But then right before this investigation began, I went to Facebook and I saw that my friend Rufio had mysteriously, out of nowhere, without warning, blocked me. So now I have nowhere else to turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Finding Lila. Let's go bully the internet. This is Pod Awful.
Pod Awful sucks.
The dark future is here, it's here. The internet is screwed. From the space on the moon, Jesse bullies the goons. Pod Awful's watching you.
You are awful to me. I don't want to feel all the awful.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Welcome. I apologize for this not being a more felicitous occasion. As we're used to, this isn't going to be your typical... this is a true crime podcast tonight. Say what you will about the genre. I believe there's been a lot of murders solved, a lot of missing people cases solved, thanks to the true crime detectives out there on Reddit and on iTunes and in the podcasting world. Many women, probably a lot of your wives, have shed blood and sweat and tears putting bad people behind bars and getting good people back to their families. And for that, we salute you guys. Now, again, this is not an indictment of anybody. We don't know all of the facts yet. This is going to be a multi-part true crime series on the disappearance of Lila until we get her back or find out whatever we might find out. I obviously am praying for the best, and I hope to God that you are too. Your thoughts and your prayers will help bring Lila home, or at the very least, bring justice to whoever it is that might need it. We're using the hashtag Finding Lila, and we're trying to get the word out about this case. Now, I'm going to share with you all the details I've got, a lot of stuff in just a second, but it is a live show. We are live as every Sunday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.tv and podawful.pizza for the Wednesday shows in the premium section over there in the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. Now, here's the deal. We've got the chat room going on. Let's see what they're saying in the chat room right now. Oh my gosh, people are going crazy. Hashtag remember Diana. There have been a lot of strange disappearances around these some of these people. I have been thinking and praying a lot about this, so I hope that helps. Thank you so much for that. Is Rufio a person of interest or no? I just wanted to thank the people out there who are wishing Lila the best, and hopefully we do figure all of this out. Is Rufio a person of interest in all of this? Well, as far as the police are concerned so far, no. Now, I cannot reveal anything else about this at this time, unfortunately, but I can tell you this. They are still digging in to the evidence. Tonight, the evidence will begin mounting. This will, again, will be a multi-part series. We will be covering the rest of this case in the Pizza Fund on our Wednesday shows. So next Sunday's show will not be another one of these. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on in the world of true crime, join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. Now, I want to show you this, okay? One of the greatest things that happened was finally we got a flyer out there. All right, and this is the flyer. This is the hashtag Finding Lila flyer. And if we take a look here, it says New Hampshire, and this is thanks to the people at Missing 411 for putting this together. Missing person, Lila Gold. And for those of you who don't know Lila out there, here's a photo of her, and here's her description. Her age, 32 and loving it. Her height, 5'6". Her hair, brown. Her eyes, green/auburn, although in the light they appear red. So if they kind of reflect the light just so, they'll appear sort of reddish in the light. And then this is very important. You know, a lot of people, they have very unique identifiers. One of the miscellaneous unique identifiers Lila has is she has a completely unique tattoo on her upper left arm of her own design. It's sort of a red. It kind of symbolizes like courage and stick-to-itiveness or something like that. Anyway, it's hard to describe, but it says here, last seen, Gold was believed to have been on her way to Waterville, Maine at the time of her last sighting, possibly to meet her boyfriend. Contact anyone with... Okay, now this says poosable information, which isn't good. Like, I wish it... You really don't want to be reminded of poop at a time like this. Strange, but that's just a typo. Never mind. Anybody with poosable information on Lila Gold's whereabouts is encouraged to call the Missing 411 tip line at 480-382-9385. Hashtag Finding Lila. Now, once again, that phone number is 480-382-9385. If you have any tips, anything at all, any possible connections, please call that tip line and leave a tip. We will be playing those on the show. We will be forwarding those to the girls over at Missing 411 as well. 480-382-9385. Now, as far as tonight goes, though, obviously we can't check in with those tips tonight, but you can call into the show tonight if anybody knows anything, or if you just have any sort, if you want to grieve with us, if you want to give your thoughts and prayers, if you want to say some kind words, if you want to say anything at all, you can join our Discord, podawful.com/Discord, and jump in the green room at podawful.com/Discord. And I will occasionally check in there, and I will bring you in if you have anything you would like to share with us. We would love to hear it, okay? So podawful.com/Discord, join the green room, and we will be checking back in with that in just a bit. Now, let's take a look. This flyer and article was posted by our friend from Missing 411, Laura Kraft Bayoneta, and this is a wonderful news article, the first of its kind, I believe. It's the only one that I've been able to find so far, but hopefully this gets the ball rolling on finding Lila. It says, Lila Gold remains missing. A mysterious disappearance continues to swirl around the case of missing 32-year-old Lila T. Gold. In August of this year, Lila and her boyfriend planned to meet for the first time at his Waterville, Maine home in September. She and boyfriend Rufio Phoenix met online, and Lila's mother, Roberta Freeman, has stated that she video chatted with Lila on August 28th or 29th. She couldn't remember the exact date. It's believed that Lila left New Hampshire for Waterville, Maine on or around September 1st. She had asked her boyfriend, Phoenix, to get vaccinated before meeting up due to her work in the healthcare field. Phoenix reportedly received his first vaccine on August 12th, according to sources, but medical records were unable to confirm this. Or a second planned shot were received on or around September 1st. So Lila had been begging Rufio, and I remember this, I was in Discord while they were talking about this. Lila had been begging Rufio to get vaccinated. She works in healthcare. She has to, if she's going to interact with anybody, they have to be fully vax-maxed like myself. And unfortunately, Rufio was I remember him being very hesitant to do it. I think it took some talking him into getting the second shot, but people weren't quite sure. We'll go over that in a future episode, but let's keep taking a look at this. What is certain is that on September 1st, Phoenix was at his home in Maine without Lila, and it gets even more bizarre. According to reports, Phoenix did not report Lila as missing. Her family reported her missing on September 28th after believing she had arrived to her destination in Maine, but having not received word from her for nearly a month. It is unknown if Phoenix has obtained a lawyer, and according to sources close to the couple, he refuses to speak to anyone or Lila's family about her whereabouts. He has been named a person of interest in the case. Now, this is according to Laura. I didn't have this information. According to Laura Kraft Bayoneta, he is now a person of interest. So that may or may not be true. That remains to be seen. Please, if you have any information on her whereabouts, dial the Missing 411 tip line. And again, that's 480-382-9385. And hopefully we will get some messages when it comes to that. Now, I see we've got somebody in the green room right here. Let me bring them in to the call here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Chewy on the line. Chewy, thank you for calling in to the show. Hashtag finding Lila. Chewy. Let me get in. Oh, I was not in there too. Okay, there we go. Now I'm in there. Hi there, Chewy. How you doing?
Hey, Jesse. How are you?
Well, obviously I've been better, and I know you have too. You are incredibly close to Lila. You guys are, so kind of the best of friends as far as I know.
Yeah, we're really close.
How are you holding up through all of this?
I've been worried, sick, can't sleep, can barely eat.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. Listen, I know it doesn't get easier, but I think if we focus in and really figure this stuff out, we could bring her home and, hopefully come together as a community. Fuck, man. I've been trying to...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I've been trying to hold it together this whole episode, and just hearing your voice, man, it really finally kind of hits home what's going on here. I never thought, I know you love true crime podcasts like I do. We kind of listen to a lot of the same ones. The Vanished, obviously, is one of our favorites. And what is one of the ones you like?
Well, Serial, obviously.
Serial. Yeah, Serial's like the big one, right? I just never thought somebody we know, like you listen to that and you go, oh, this is entertainment, but this is not, maybe this is not entertainment. I don't know. It kind of brings a whole, no offense to the people, to our friends at Missing 411, it kind of brings a whole new light to this whole thing. I'm sorry, Chewy, go ahead. Whatever you wanted to say.
No, I was just gonna say, it's been really tough, but I knew I had to be here. We got to do whatever we can.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you here. And somebody as strong as you being on our side is really going to help us. So thank you, man. And I know you've been going through a lot in your own personal life lately too. So to have this on top of it must be heartbreaking.
It's I mean, it's stretching me out pretty thin, but
do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
You you got a divorce.
Yeah, that did happen.
And so like that probably really wrecked your life.
It's like the second worst thing to happen.
What's the first?
Obviously, well, the disappearance of Lila, obviously.
So you put that above your personal tragedy of being divorced and your family being split up?
Yeah, I think it edges it out a little bit. I mean, it's maybe because it's more recent.
Would you say that you and Lila...
Me and Lila stand above you on the food chain.
Oh, I would say that. I would agree with that.
Okay. Chewy, thank you so much. We've got another caller here. We've got Urquit, and Urquit, go right ahead, buddy.
Well, I just wanted to let the people out there know who are watching just what a great person Lila was, you know?
Thank you, man.
Whenever I heard her voice in voice chat, it would just, brighten up my day.
Yeah.
And I think the most important part was that on the inside, Lila was a real beautiful person as well. And, at one point,
well, don't say was. We don't know. I mean, obviously, we're hoping she's still okay.
I know.
What we want more than anything is for her. Like, we miss her voice. We miss having her here. We miss. It's hard to be in the Discord with you guys right now because it's like a piece of us is missing.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not the same. It hasn't been for a while.
It's hard. It's hard to go on every day and look at the unanswered DMs I've sent her and. Yeah.
Urquit, thank you.
I guess we just enjoy the time we had. I can't do it. I can't pretend she's still alive. I don't know why.
It has been, in all fairness to us, it has been a month and a half at least that she's been gone. And the people closest to this problem they're not saying anything. And obviously,
yes,
Rufio must know something. I would even say that perhaps Rufio's mom knows something. I know that there was a point of contention between Lila and Rufio's mother. She did not approve of it was sort of a Romeo and Juliet situation. The Capulets were not happy with Lila showing up. So I'm trying my best to hold it together. I really am feeding off of the strength of you guys. And I'm going to say goodbye to you, but I want to thank you again so much for calling in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. And we'll check in with calls a little bit later. Again, podawful.com/Discord. Join the green room if you have anything you want to say. And if you have any tips, particularly, if you've seen her, if you are in the Waterville, Maine area, particularly, that is where investigators currently believe she is, or she last place seen. She is originally from New Hampshire. Anywhere in between, if you've seen anything, please let us know. Any tips whatsoever. Now, luckily, thanks to Laura Craft Bayoneta's handiwork, we do have somebody was kind enough to share on Reddit a post about this disappearance. This is I didn't even know this existed. I'm not a Redditor. This is r/missing persons. which is great. r/missing persons with 82 upvotes, by the way. So thank you very much to everybody at r/missing persons. The post is titled Missing Woman from New Hampshire. It links to Laura's article here, and we can see there's some great comments here. Somebody says, I haven't seen or spoken to her in weeks. So this is a friend of Lila, upvoted to the top. I haven't seen or spoken to her in weeks. If anyone has any information, please help. The guy has all the information you need, says this person. Somebody named Jen says, the guy has all the information you need, but unfortunately he won't talk. I believe she's referring to Rufio. He's definitely hiding something. Guilty. Now, I want to say this. Rufio, man, if you are watching, you are my fucking friend, dude. And you know how much we care about Lila. And I know how much you care about her, dude. Like, please, for the love of God, if you have any ounce of decency in you, if you know anything, even if your answer is, I don't know anything, I just want to hear from you, man. You blocked me. You shut me out. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Here's what puts a hair across my rear end.
What puts a hair across my rear end is I don't know what to believe anymore about our friendship even. Jen goes on to say, the story sounds just like a Brian Laundrie story. Don't know what that means. He shows up back home alone, doesn't report her missing, and won't talk to cops. Well, clearly he killed her. The asshole needs to be arrested ASAP. Again, I'm not so sure about that. Someone else says, she was like a mother to me. I don't know how I could move past this if something happened to her. Wow, there's a lot of great comments here. I don't want to bore you too much. We'll go into a lot of this in the after show. We got a pod after show right after where we'll dive deeper into this Reddit post here. The boyfriend's Facebook is ultra neckbeard cringe, bordering angry incel. I hope they find her. Says fuck you me CP2. Okay, not quite sure about that. Somebody says shared. Thank you so much to the person who shared this. Somebody says, Lila and I have been like sisters ever since we started e-tutoring ESL kids around 2016. Holy shit. Wow, that's amazing. She's an incredible woman. She has to come home. She has to be safe. Beautiful, beautifully put. That was Tangerine Latrine on Reddit. Does the boyfriend have an alibi for September 1st? Junie asks, I would love to know the same thing, Junie. We're not sure. Harlan says thoughts and prayers. People are praying for her. We will go over all of this very soon in the pod after show. But thank you to everybody on Reddit who helped, who shared, who upvoted, who made this possible. I really don't know what we would do without you. I don't know. Lila is incredibly important to all of us. And I think the best way to understand what's been going on is to give a little context. So again, we have the recordings of our Discord. And if you remember, if you've been watching the show for a while, you'll know that Lila and Rufio had an on-again, off-again relationship. And at a certain point, Rufio returned to our Discord after a humiliating defeat on this very show. Lila was his girlfriend. Rufio got beaten in a video game live on the show. And Lila decided to break up with Rufio and go with the winner of that game, a guy by the name of Plank. It was later revealed that Plank cheated in the game. Lila broke up with Plank as a result of this. And Rufio and Lila sort of rekindled things in the Discord as a result. Plank came out and apologized and admitted the truth. And while Rufio was just being Rufio, he's an impressive guy, sort of showing off in the Discord, I think Lila's love and her flame, her twin flame for him, was rekindled in those moments. I'm going to share with you now a little something that was cut together to explain exactly what happened over these past 2 months, how Rufio and Lila's romance was brought back together, and what has happened since, leading up to Rufio getting a vaccine for pussy.
Rufio, what happened was I was trying to train up for the match because I am not good at FPSs. And it became apparent when I was training with some of the cult members that it would be unlikely for me to beat you. So I did get a Chinese hacking suite that allowed me to predict where you were going to go and then also look through walls a bit.
You are such a bad person.
I'm sorry. I thought it was this thing that was like all built up, and I thought it was going to be funny. I was going to be shit talking you and winning, even though there's no reason why I would, because I don't know how to play Call of Duty for the most part. So I apologize. That is what happened, though. Oh,
you know what, Plank? You know what, Plank? Hey, Plank.
Yeah. I'm here.
Play again. Play again.
Cheaters never prosper.
We can't. I mean, it's not even going to be close. I don't know how I could beat you.
One more time.
Hell yeah.
It was up to the side of my foot was up to the chin of that character.
Whoa, that was decent.
Wait, turn
That
back.
was better
Turn
than
back.
I could do for sure.
I couldn't see the character though. Turn back again. Okay, thank you. All right, yeah, that's pretty high. I don't know if that's as high as you said originally, but that's pretty high.
Yep.
Higher than I could do.
That is as high as my foot went to.
Wow.
Wow, you pulled out that sword with both hands.
That was fucking crazy.
An alternate attempts.
It was out so fast.
Yeah, I can use that sword with both hands. Like, I can use it with both.
Will you eat me like your asshole?
I don't know. I usually don't let people like put their face back there. Like I'm kind of like, I don't know. You down to try it?
I think she wants to huff your butt fumes.
I kind of have butt hair. I got butt hair.
That's fine. I'll just push him past. The smell of a very masculine man is one that will elicit a response in me that is hard to explain.
You're gay, Lila.
I would love to inhale you.
I'd like to know that I smell masculine.
I will smell your masculinity when I put my face in your ass.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Sounds hot.
Lila, you told me one time that you were at a Walmart and you accidentally went into the men's restroom instead of the women's, and there was a toilet bowl full of diarrhea, and you said you nearly fainted from sort of orgasmic waves.
It was a different type of situation, but yeah, I mean,
got a
imagine what the manly fumes of the love of my life will do to me.
Oh wow. You know what's funny is that when I sweat, my sweat actually smells like sweet and spicy.
I hope you're very sweaty when I stick my face down there.
You know, I honestly kind of don't. I don't know.
Rejected, Lila.
You and a motor? Not rejected. It's not
Why,
rejected.
You think
Like,
you
it's
have ball
just-
cheese?
No, I definitely don't have ball cheese.
Lila, would you be willing to let Rufio smoke a one-hitter out of your puss?
Of course, yeah.
Has that even been done before?
By modern man, no, but it's an ancient practice.
Sounds hot.
Cool as shit.
Rufio is a guy who is, someone with mostly, I'd say mostly strengths and very few weaknesses, and as also a guy who, there's a lot of people in this community, especially, who kind of look up to you in a way, especially after.
Do they really?
I think
I always kind of assumed they looked up to you.
After that last episode you were on, I would say for sure.
I look up to both of you.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, dude.
I would say Jesse guy, I kind of went over to Rufio after that last one.
And I'm fine with that. But I guess my question is, do you have any sort of, other than your butt, do you have anything that you sort of fear about Lila, knowing about you, opening up about, or seeing, or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't want her to see me angry.
Will you Hulk out?
No. Yeah, I've had that symptom before. When I get really angry, I go from being really, really calm and like docile and silent and quiet and calm to pretty explosively, like a controlled explosion. No, like a controlled explosion.
Explosive diarrhea.
Like it causes me to hunch over.
Like you don't fly off the handle.
Yeah,
You
like
just start
I come
swinging
like
at
a
whatever
hair
you
away
want.
from flying off the handle.
Do you,
Sometimes.
do you just start
But-
swinging at whatever?
So this weed definitely helps me to stay fucking calm. It definitely helps. Like I'm on meds too, and it's because I'm bipolar.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah, I'm bipolar.
Hmm.
I'm fucking It's not, isn't? I guess it's kind of a strength and a weakness at the same time, which is kind of like that's kind of the sucky point though.
I'd say
Is that
mostly
like almost everyone is instantaneously afraid of you,
right?
but for the wrong reasons, you know.
It's sort of
And I mean, like realistically, if I had to qualify what bipolar is just a really, really virile guy. Like that's really all it is.
Do you have manic episodes of any type?
I actually prefer to stay in my mania. Like I'm in a very calm part of the mania right now.
In a way, one of your greatest weaknesses is your strength.
I think if anything, one of my greatest weaknesses is my patience.
Yeah.
I think my patience. Because
there
I've been patient for 3 years once. But if I really had to like topic the number one thing that I've been patient for my whole life is the hot gamer girl. The whole life, 30 years of life in this lifetime. That is the one thing I've not had.
I would let you piss on me in a public park.
I don't know. Not in a public park. That one I wouldn't do in a public park.
At home.
Maybe. It'd be pretty cool if we could both like go pee on a tree.
Now what if you
Like
just
a
brought?
dog.
What if you brought
like the two of us could mark one tree.
If you brought a bag of piss to a public park?
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I think that's why she wants you to pee on her to mark your territory.
Yes.
Lila, have y'all set a date or decided when y'all are gonna get together and see each other?
Yeah, at the end of this month.
Oh
Yeah. It's exciting.
Are you going to Rufio or is he coming to you?
I'm going to Rufio.
Yes.
Rufio, would you ever go visit Lila or Sheila?
If I had a car, yeah.
Where are you at in Maine?
Yeah. There are two situations where you can use this sword. You can use it to honor the sword by letting it fulfill its purpose, or by letting it rest. And right now, it has been resting a very long time. Hey Lila, do you like it when would you like it if I picked you up?
Yeah, I would love if you picked me up. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait.
What if I picked you up under a tree?
Hung you from the tree.
No,
love
just pick
that.
you up under a tree.
That'd be beautiful.
Why under
Yeah.
a tree? What
And
if her
then-
head hit a
and then-
branch? What if you picked her
It
up under a
won't.
tree and then both of you peed on the tree to mark it?
That'd be
Oh,
pretty
that'd be
sexy,
sick.
actually.
During a thunderstorm.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Lila, let's do that. Lila, I'm gonna be honest. I keep like my eyes keep darting towards your display.
Really?
Yeah,
I think we're drawn to each other.
I think so too.
I cannot wait until you vape inside my pussy.
Man, it must be a great feeling knowing that, you know, you're pretty much your dream girl. Like you said, you were listening to that song, Dream Girl.
Yeah, I was just listening to it earlier, and it's still got it queued right here.
Your dream girl's coming to visit, right? That's
Yep.
gonna be like. I don't think I've ever had a feeling like that before. Is it like exciting, or are you nervous?
And I honestly hope that you get to feel it, because I honestly hope that you get to feel your dream girl someday. Like it is a really good feeling. It makes you feel in my experience, the way I feel about it is like I feel kind of fulfilled by it. I feel like I'm finally manifesting the thing that I've been after for like 30 years, like trial and error. After 30 years, I finally might actually have it at the cost that I kind of had to be a retard to get it. So,
How you doing, Rufio?
Tired.
Oh yeah, you're gonna take an early night tonight.
After I eat something, yeah.
What's wrong?
I don't like being stuck with needles.
Well, I mean, thank you for getting that COVID vaccine.
Oh, so you didn't wait for the next one. That's good.
No, I fucking hate it.
And there's probably going to be another one coming out to deal with the Delta variant.
Yeah, could you show me what your boo boo looks like? I want to see what to expect.
Don't worry about it. They just stick you with a little tiny needle, but still, I don't like it. I hate it.
Oh. Well, I feel very safe coming there now. I'm really excited, and once you get the second one, I'll be all good.
I'm not second one. No, this is the only one I'm getting. I'm getting the Moderna, and then I'm not getting another one.
The Moderna is a
series of 2 shots.
Yeah.
No, they told me I didn't need a second one. That's what they told me.
They lied to you.
Yeah,
You're gonna tell me a licensed physician lied to me.
Yes.
I mean,
now I've heard everything.
Look it up online.
Oh, he's
the
gone.
Moderna's a 2-part.
He left.
How you doing, Rufio?
All right, guys. Again, this show will continue in the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. If you'd like to keep track with our new true crime podcast, hashtag Finding Lila, and please share that hashtag. Please let us know at the tip line, 480-382-9385. If anybody has any information whatsoever, we're still trying to get the word out about all of this. And if you have anything, any tips at all tonight that you'd like to give, you can call into the show, podawful.com/Discord. and join the green room. Podawful.com/Discord. Join the green room. I'll check that in just a bit and see what's going on in there. Now, in that video I just played for you, and again, you be the judge, I included some of the screenshots. Obviously, nothing too revealing. I still respect my friend Lila, obviously, and my friend Rufio. But I included some screenshots that I thought were very important to the story here. Because the biggest bone of contention between the two of them was this vaccine. Rufio did not want to get vaccinated, but he was eventually convinced to do it based on the idea of getting pussy from Lila. I would like to read for you some of these messages, and you'll notice at the end of all of this, while Rufio did get vaccinated for 1 shot, he was very, very hostile and very upset about it. It's unlike him to be this way. Let's take a look at some of these and see what they say. So Rufio says, the place I made an appointment to get the vax with. Lila says, oh, when is your next appointment? He says the first time they had to call in for more of the vax, the new vax just dropped. So I guess it's sort of like, with streetwear where all of a sudden a new vaccine drops. Lila says, okay, you'll have it by the time I come, right? Again, very important for her. Rufio says, I don't know, probably not. I am healthy. You won't get sick from me. He kept trying to convince Lila that it would be impossible for him to get the disease. He has some sort of protection against diseases that the average human does not have.
I would rather be the one to make someone a victim than be the victim.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. Hang on a second. Let me just play a different one.
They're trying to pin me to be the next Joker.
Okay, that also sounds bad. One more. Let's just clear that.
You know I'm autistic, right?
Okay, that's close. You know what?
I got excited
very excited to see all of this.
So he says you won't get sick from me. Lila says, I'm sorry, Rufio, but I need you to be vaccinated. I used to have asthma as a kid, so my lungs are pretty weak as is. If I get COVID, I'm fucked. He says, you won't get it. I promise you won't. Now, obviously, that's not something you can promise, and for somebody in the healthcare field, they know better. She says, I'm sorry, Rufio, but I need you to be. Listen, yeah, baby, I need you to be vaccinated or else I can't come. It's just too risky. Every time this was brought up to Rufio in the Discord, in front of me at the very least, like my own personal witnessing of all of this, Rufio became extremely hostile in a way that I'm not used to with him. She says, it's too risky. I just want to be there with you, especially with me working in the lab. If I get it from you, I could contaminate all of my samples and get some people really sick. Can you look at other places nearby to get the vaccine? So she just really wants to be with him. And we kept explaining that to Rufio, but for some reason, Rufio just did not get it. Now, this is where we had a little bit of a break in trying to get him to understand. He says, I made an appointment, but it's for the first week of next month, which is, of course, after they had planned for her to be there. He says, I know you won't get sick. I know you won't. We will be fine. Lila, are you okay? You still coming to visit, right? She says, this is breaking my heart, Rufio. He says, how? She says, and again, let me know. You can call in and let me know what you think about all of this. Who's in the right, who's in the wrong. Some of you are anti-vax out there. You're disgusting, criminal pieces of shit that should be welded into your into a hospital bed, inside your bedroom, inside. You should be welded into a deathbed, inside a closet, a water closet inside your home, and never allowed outside. The vaccines, not only do the vaccines work, getting all of the vaccines really, really works. So personally, I'm pro-vax. I understand if you're not. I would love to hear the arguments from the other side if there's anybody out there. I see we've actually got Lenny in the chat room. My manservant Lenny, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring him in here.
I have autism. I can't help it.
Lenny, welcome to hashtag Finding Lila. I know you're a good friend of Lila's, and I know that you really want to see her found. What do you have to say?
You know, I'm real shook about this.
Mm-hmm.
I tried warning everybody that he was not up to any good, that he, I think, was lying about many things.
I almost hesitated to bring you in here because, unfortunately, I know for a fact Lenny and Rufio were sort of competitors. Maybe not exactly for Lila's heart, but I know, Lenny, you did not like Rufio. And while you have the best intentions for Lila in this case, I'm not sure you have the best intentions for Rufio.
Hey, real recognize real and real recognize fake, and I recognize that nigga, he fake.
What do you think, by the way? I know a lot of your problem with Rufio was he said something racist toward you. Is that right?
Yeah.
And as a black man, how do you feel about this whole missing white woman syndrome? Because from my perspective, and maybe I'm wrong about this, from my perspective, this missing white woman syndrome caused Lila's case to not be covered. How do you see that from your side?
You know, it's hard to speak on that. I do know black women, especially women of color who are trans, they go missing all the time. The time.
Is that an important topic to your heart as my gay manservant? Is that something that near and dear to your heart, black trans women going missing?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, for instance, I know, like right now, off the top of my head, I could name several missing white women. So I understand the bias. You know, you've got obviously our friend Lila, but then you've got Chandra Levy went missing, Lacey Peterson went missing. Some of these, of course, have been solved cases. But you remember these cases. You remember the pretty little white blonde girls and so on and so forth. Could you name one of the black trans women who have gone missing that we should know about?
Yeah, Chantel. She came from down the block.
Does she have a last name? Should we?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know her dead name. You don't want me to dead name this nigga?
Oh, so hang on a sec. All right, Lenny. I mean, they're talking about, is she still missing?
I don't know. I ain't seen her on the block.
I don't know if this is the.
I ain't this bitch's keeper.
I gotta be honest.
I keep track of every trainee on the block.
Can I be honest with you? Like on a real level, like a race realist sort of level.
Sure.
Okay. I was thinking about this whole missing white woman syndrome thing, and I was thinking, like, well, yeah, of course, white women get reported as missing and stuff. Black women, if they go missing, it's like, well, yeah. You know, like, isn't that sort of like just a normal part of your culture?
It is the culture.
It's part
it
of
is
the
for the culture. I will say the thing about the white women missing syndrome that really gets my goat is that every time one of these white women gets found dead or raped or whatever, they always got a opinion on a black man. That's the real racism in this.
Really? I feel like a lot of them are not, like Lacey Peterson. It was her husband, Scott Peterson. There's that one, who was it? Natalie Holloway. It was,
no, man, don't try to fucking white splain me.
It was Johan Vandersloot. I've never heard a more white name in my life. And
that's actually from South Africa.
Still a white guy. And then, of course, in this case, obviously a prime suspect right now, I assume, is my friend Rufio, who is part Native American, but is mostly white. I think he's also is he also part Japanese?
Who knows?
Okay.
I didn't call in here to talk about no racist shit. You wanted tips. I had a tip.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love a tip. Oh, this is great. Okay, fine. So finally we're getting tips. Okay, what's happening?
So, one night Rufio and I really got into it.
That's true.
About his vaccinated status. I still hold that he was lying about it. Now, I want you to know that he said he went to Waterville Family Practice. And we went there on Street View. And it was just around the corner from the place that he was showing the CVS and all that Walgreens shit. But something interesting that I found about the Waterville Family Practice is at that link I just DM'd you.
Okay, now this might listen. I haven't had time to research this. This might be hearsay. We need to vet sources and things like that.
You want to sit on it, you sit on it, but you think on it.
Okay, this is probably something that will come up in a future episode of our true crime podcast. Give me the rundown of what you think this is saying, and then we'll vet this for a future episode. How about that?
What I think that link says?
Yeah.
This link says that Waterville Family Practice,
where Rufio got his vaccine shot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 31 Front Street, Waterville, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
You go to their COVID page.
Mm-hmm.
They say that they see people for routine care, acute care, chronic illness checks, but due to state of Maine prohibitions, we will not be able to vaccinate patients in our office for COVID-19. So how'd he get a vaccine for a place that ain't allowed to be doing it?
Okay.
And they say so on their website.
Until we've contacted them and made sure that nobody made a special decision, maybe an exemption, an exception was made or something. We'll have to go. Listen, Lenny, I feel like this is less to do with finding Lila and more to do with your personal vendetta against Rufio Pheonix. And for that, I'm just going to have to cut you loose. I'm sorry.
I got this real
fuck
big
that,
dickle.
Fuck that bald incel. He guilty. You know it.
I hate you all. Hooray, hoorah, hakulu kalay.
What do you think of that?
That sounds like some Ku Klux Klan shit to me.
It's been nothing but a fucking filthy nigger-born bitch the whole fucking day.
Okay, Rufio, do not listen. That's too much. Lenny, thank you for your call, and I appreciate it.
I gotta go. Fuck.
Okay. All right. So let's get back to what Rufio and Lila were talking about here. We will investigate what Lenny was saying in a future episode. It says, after, he's got an appointment with his physician, he says. She says, after I'm already there, that's too late. He says, I don't know what to tell you. I got an appointment to get the vax. Does the appointment count? So again, he thinks it's enough that he just got the appointment. Doesn't that count for something? And she's saying, no, I need you to be vaccinated before I see you. If you are anti-vax, please call in and give me your opinion on this. If you are on Rufio's side, if you're on Lila's side, I'd love to hear from you. Of course, Lila says, this is breaking my heart, Rufio. So then it goes on. Rufio says, because I don't like going to the pharmacy for it. When I do, I get sick. Apparently, going to the pharmacy is what makes Rufio sick. She says, but it's the exact same vaccine. He says, when I go to see my doc, I stay healthy. It's kind of like the vax goes in and my body rejects it. I don't know why, but my body accepts the vax when I go see my doc.
I've given you love. I've given you hope. I've given you the things you need. But you know what? You're not making me smile.
So apparently, he's tried to be vaccinated. If he goes into just, Roberta in the plastic garbage bag tent outside of CVS to get the vaccine, his body says no. His body says absolutely not. But if he goes to his doctor, he gets vaccines all the time, apparently. If he goes to his doctor, his body says yes! So he goes on to say, Lila, you are so afraid. When you get here, I'm going to hold you in my arms, and that will all change. I have warming hug. I want you to feel safe in my arms. Do you think you can feel safe resting in my arms? She says, yes. She's filled with love. If it's that important for you to see that specific doctor, I'll just come out after you get your vaccine with him. He says, too many mixed signals, Lila. Yes, you feel safe with me, but I don't know if you're coming up. I want you to come be with me. Just why the mixed signals? I am being straightforward with you, Lila. I can keep you safe. You told me I can keep you. Wild birds fly up to me. I am good with animals. They trust I can do what you ask.
Me and Lila stand above you on the food chain.
She says, I'm being straightforward with you too. I really want to spend time with you. So of course I am still coming to see you. But because of the risk of the COVID, I literally can't do it until after you're vaccinated. I respect your feelings about getting the vaccine at your doctor. I'll just wait until you get it at the appointment you made and come see you right after that. Since you are going to do it anyway, it shouldn't affect anything for you at all. I trust the birds. One just landed on a branch outside my office. I'm taking that as a sign that I'm safe with you.
I have autism. I can't help it.
Y'all some retards.
We have a call here from Eliana. Let's get Eliana in here. Hello, Eliana. And let me, I have to unmute her. Hang on a second. Eliana, go ahead. You can talk now. And she's gone. Oh, well, let's see if we can get somebody else in here. And hello. Hello, you can talk now. You are fully capable of talking. You just have to unmute yourself. This is all on you. There you go. Hi, who's this?
Hi, I'm just a friend of Lila's. But, I've been doing my research on Rufio ever since she's been missing. I've been missing her so much, I remember I just hated the guy and he just gave me this weird vibe. And I honestly, I think he's into the occult.
Well, there is some truth to that. I've spoken to Rufio many times about this. Some of you may know I know necromancers. I'm a little bit into necromancy. And I know that Rufio is against that, but he does have holdings in the occult. That's true. Do you think that that has something to do with her disappearance specifically?
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that because as far as I know, I heard that he might have been dabbling in some sex magic.
Now, what exactly is sex magic? I'm not familiar.
It's kind of embarrassing to explain this right now, but it's like when he's trying to manifest, and I notice you use that word manifest, like when you're trying to manifest something, and in order to manifest it, you have to orgasm as you think of that thing.
Oh God! Oh, gross. So he's just. Are you claiming that my friend Rufio is just jacking off to make magic happen?
Yes.
Now, I hate to say this because, again, as far as I know, we're still friends, but some things about Rufio have leaked in the past. Some incriminating photos, videos, text messages where women in his past have sort of revealed some of the difficulties he has when it comes to sex. And I have to say, with as much trouble as he has, even just getting his dick hard,
I got this real big dickle.
I have a real hard time trying to imagine. Well, I don't want to imagine it, but I have a real hard time imagining him using sex magic to accomplish anything. At the very least, if he even attempted it, I have to assume it failed.
I must have. I think it backfired, and I'm so scared for Lila. I really hope we find her.
Okay, well, thank you for your call. I really do appreciate it. And please keep spreading the word. #finding Lila.
All right.
All right, let's see what else we've got here. So Lila says, absolutely, as soon as you take a pic of the vaccination card, she's talking about she'll be there. I'll be there as soon as you take a picture. She says, if you go tomorrow, you should be able to have your second shot by the time I was planning to come. Yay! I'm so glad that you care enough about us to make sure I'm safe. And then things take a turn for the worse. He says, I remember you said you worked at a health place, so I don't want you to lose your job. Also, I get the feeling you don't trust me. She says, thank you for considering me. He says, you should. She says, I do trust you. He says, you just need proof. She says, if wild birds can trust a man, so can I. And then he got the shot. And there's photographic evidence of this. A lot of people have been saying he didn't get it, but here's the evidence right here. He says, you should come kiss and make me feel good. Them's stuck me in my tattoo. So apparently he had to get the vaccine directly in his tattoo. And if we take a look here very closely, it says, I got the COVID-19 vaccine. And he's got the sticker, he's got the Band-Aid. That's pretty much all the proof you need right there. And you can see he's very upset. I guess he's just sitting right outside of his doctor's office. Remember, it was very important to him that he went to his doctor. Oh, hang on a second. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of looking a little closer at this image for the first time. You know, I have it blown up on the giant screen here in front of me for the first time. And I noticed that this is a Walgreens sticker. And of course, I see in the background here, it looks like it says Eanes, as if this is a Walgreens, even though he said specifically that he went to his doctor. Okay, listen, I'm not sure. I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything at this point. I don't know what's going on, but that's why the investigations must continue. And in the meantime, we must keep spreading the word. And luckily, some people have already been out there doing exactly that. I'm going to show you what's going on in just a second. But before I do,
Can you say Pod Awful is the best show on the internet?
Perry Caravello Live is the best show on the internet.
How about this? Snap to, sit up straight, and say, hey, I'm Perry Caravello, and I think Pod Awful is the best show on the internet.
Look, all right, I'll be nice and I'll say I think Pod Awful is the best show on the internet. But I really think my show is the best show on the internet. But when I snap out of this bunk, is when my show is the best show on the internet.
Nah, not tonight. Far from the best show tonight.
Not tonight. Exactly. Tonight, no good.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
So, like I said before, we will be continuing this show in the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. You can get all of our premium episodes, the archives, everything over there. Our Wednesday shows are in the $12 section. Our Pod After shows, which we will be doing a Pod After show right after this, where we will cover everything we didn't have time for in tonight's show. And we do a hangout with all the people who want to hang out with us in the Discord. That's in the $6 level of the Pizza Fund. And we are slowly rebuilding our archives of all of the 12 years of Pod Awful that have been taken off the internet thanks to the evil network execs. So you can get those in the $1 level of the Pizza Fund. $1 and eventually 12 years of content. Nobody else does it. You want to keep abreast of the Rufio stuff? $12 level. You want the Pod After show tonight? $6 level. You want the archives? $1 level. Plus a lot more stuff in there, by the way. There's extra stuff in there too. Podawful.pizza. It ain't free to keep a base on the moon running. Help us out, support us, and support our efforts to find Lila. You can also do that by going to our store. I rarely ever plug this, but I figured I'd do it tonight. Podawful.shop. It'll take you to our store, and through there, you can buy download shows. We've got some extra shows through there, but we also have t-shirts, including, this might be the last time I can ever advertise this, including the Rufio Pheonix t-shirt. I'm not sure how comfortable I will be selling this in the future, so this might be a collector's item very soon. Podawful.shop. Grab your Rufio Pheonix t-shirt and many, many other designs to choose from that may one day be leaving the store. Now, one last little bit of housekeeping before we continue things on this episode. I just want to announce 2 weeks from today on Halloween, we will be having a return of Awfulween, which is, of course, our annual Halloween extravaganza show. I don't want you to miss it. Next week's show will be a normal episode, but on Halloween, Sunday, the 31st, please tune in. It's our greatest show of the year, Awfulween. I hope you'll be there, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Halloween, podawful.tv. That's it. That's everything. We don't run ads. We don't have sponsors. We don't do any of that other crap that every other podcast does. We're not sponsored by BetterHelp. Oh, sorry. Actually, Missing 411. Those guys are sponsored by, but never mind what I said there. But if you want to support us, that's how you can support us. Now, let's get back to things. One of the great things, there's other ways to support the show, actually, and it's by helping out. It's by doing your part. And in this search for Lila, some people went above and beyond doing their part. You remember that flyer I showed you at the beginning of the show? Well, some brave souls, some terrific individuals, a fellow by the name of Manfish, and I think with the help of his girlfriend Pancake, they went out and they flyered around Waterville, Maine, the place where we believe Lila is actually missing. They went around and they put up flyers and they helped out. And in fact, they even put one up at Rufio's own vape shop. Let's take a look at this. This is Empire Vapes, where Rufio loves to go. He hangs out at this vape shop, and I think he might have worked there one time. Rufio says he worked there for a while as well. They sell vaporizers, and if you look here, right in the window there is our hashtag Finding Lila flyer. Amazing. Pod Awful in real life, ladies and gentlemen. What other podcast, what other show goes out there and really does it like this? Thank you to Manfish for that, but it gets even better than that because we want to make sure we can't get in touch with Rufio. So we want to make sure that Rufio knows what's going on. So wouldn't you know it, Manfish, he was kind enough to put a flyer up at Rufio's house.
Here we are. Let's see where the king himself lives.
And see, giving him the respect he deserves. He calls him the king. We still like Rufio.
Your destination is on the right.
Here we are.
And there you have it, folks. I mean, 07 Manfish.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
I'm a killer gorilla.
Pod Awful makes me do that.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show on the Pod Awful TV network. PodAwful.pizza.
Amazing work. Now, hopefully, this means Rufio will finally find out what's going on. Finally, let us know something. We've got one more caller, and then we're going to wrap this up. Let's get the caller in here. And Vio, you're in. Hi there. Hashtag finding Lila. Let's find her. Vio, it's now your turn to speak.
Hi, Jesse.
Oh my
Jesse, I can't stand this. I can't believe this is happening to my best friend, Lila.
I'm sorry, Vio.
I know I called her a fucking stupid cunt, and she is kind of a vaccinated mutant, but she doesn't deserve this.
Okay. I thought for a second you were being serious. Listen, this is not the time. You're a
really
bitch.
like your shirt, by the
Vio,
way.
you're a piece of shit. You're kind of a piece of shit and a bitch. And listen, you want to talk about this is a fucking anti-vaxxer. You want to talk anti-vaxxer? Vio, you're the person I needed to hear from when it comes to Rufio's side of things. Now, you know,
fuck Rufio.
No. Let's be real here for a second. You know, I'm a stringent, strident vaxxer. And you are one of the world's most mutated anti-vaxxers. You and your children will die. From what I understand, you're already in an iron lung. You saw Rufio's side of this. You saw him arguing the point that it should have been good enough that he just made an appointment. Do you think that's true? Have you ever used that excuse with, like, let's say your own child's health care? Have you ever told the administrators at school or doctors or any public officials or CPS, hey, look, I made the appointment. Doesn't that count for something?
No, I've never had to do that. We have a religious exemption. Thank God.
What religion are you?
It doesn't matter, Jesse. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah. I have a feeling that
Lilo.
I think that's the exact same religion that Rufio practices, to be honest. You're not over there doing fucking sex magic, are you?
Recently, no.
Oh, God. All right, get the fuck out of here. There's Vio, everybody. Ugh, yuck. Fucking sullied that podcast. All right, so before we wrap things up here, somebody did send me this. They sent me this thing. It says, Waterville police investigating a robbery at a GameStop store. This just happened yesterday, I believe. Waterville police investigating. So there's crimes happening all over Waterville. Somebody went into a GameStop and stole money. Someone was worried it might have been Rufio. Is that why we haven't heard from Rufio? Could he be on a crime spree? What do we really know? Well, I've got a lot more evidence to go through, including in Wednesday's episode, what may have been the absolute breaking point for Rufio. A moment so embarrassing in his life that I'm not sure he ever fully recovered. It might be the tipping point, the crack in the windshield that spread all the way to the point of Lila going missing. Don't miss that one. Wednesday's show. Now, finally, because I do feel bad for Rufio, and because I do feel bad about what's happened with Lila, I thought an appropriate way to end tonight's episode would be to give Rufio, the love of Lila's life, the chance to serenade his love with one last song. So, playing us out tonight is Rufio Phoenix with an original song. I hope to see you in the Pizza Fund, $6 level, podawful.pizza for the Pod After show. And right after this, until next time, have an awful day.
Alright, this is Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5. This is Virgil's theme song, and today we're doing a little karaoke.
Dear Lord of Temptation takes over my mind. Condemned, holding wake on my knees, I summon the strength of mayhem. I am the storm that is approaching, provoking the clouds in isolation. I am reclaimer of my name. Born in flames, I have been blessed. My family crest is the demon of death. Myself, I am awakened. A phoenix has been dark divine. Descend in misery. Destiny chasing time. Inherit the nightmare, surrounded by pain, can run away. Leave walking the line between the light, let us stray. Hold, I won't surrender. Don't reveal the eyes of ember. Strike from fire, ignites forever. Souls once lost, but now they remember. I am the storm that is approaching, provoking the clouds in isolation. I am reclaimer of my name. Born in flames, I have been blessed. My family crest is the demon of death. Forsaken, I am awakened. The phoenix has been crossed by God. Descend in misery. Destiny chasing time. Descended into the night. The shadows left behind. then come to take what's mine. You want this power, then come try and take it! Lie deep within, cast aside, there's no going home. There's everything daylight in the wind. Everything here, there's nothing.
So that was Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5. This is Virgil's theme song. I thought we should do at least some kind of chaotic mayhem version of the truth, I guess. But you know what? This is a good karaoke. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Rufio Phoenix, Vicious321. Stay awesome and a ninja. Drink coffee, be awesome.